Good morning, Year 5. In today's lesson, we're going to be learning about perimeter of rectilinear shapes. Before we start our lesson, please look at this set of questions. I'll give you some time to think about it. You can pause the video. Then I'm going to give you the answers. In the first question, you should have noticed that you have number bonds up to 10, which would have helped you to figure out that the answer is 30. In the second question, you should have added up 11 and 3, and then doubled that to find the perimeter. In the third question, you should have added up 13 plus 13, and in the last question, you should have taken away 57 from 66. Now, in today's lesson, we're going to look at rectilinear shapes. What this means is simply that we have got two rectangles that are joined together. So in order to find the perimeter of this shape, we would go around counting the lengths, measuring the lengths, and then we would add it up in the end, just like we did with our rectangular shapes before. In this case, we have got a rectilinear shape where there is one length missing. So you can see on the left-hand side, we do not know the length of this side, but there is a way to work this out. If you look at these two parallel lengths on the right hand side, you would notice that both of them added up together make the same length as the one that is missing on the left. So if you move them on the left and add them up, they will give you the missing length of 7 centimeters. And it's simply the question of adding all the sides up. In this case, we have two lengths that are missing over here on the right hand side and on the left, on the bottom, sorry, and then we would have to look at the parallel sides again. So in this case, if we look at this length on the right hand side, we would notice that we have two parallel lengths on the left. If we add them all up, both of them up, we would find the missing length on the right. If we, in this case over here, we are trying to find the difference between the top length and the length that is provided here, and the difference between 13 and 8 is actually 5. That difference between 8 and 13 is going to give us the length that is missing. And this is how you find the missing lengths on rectilinear shapes. Have a go at these questions. Use the same principle. Always look at the parallel sides. So if you know the parallel sides over here, 8 and 5, take away 5 from 8, that will give you the missing length here. And if you know that the longer one is 7 and the shorter one is 5, if you take them away, that is going to give you the missing length on the top. The same goes here. We don't know how long this one is, but we do have two parallel sides that make up that length, which is going to be 14 in this case. And in this case, it's a little bit more complicated, but it can still be done. So you can see that you have got 23 centimeters here. You need to add up these two parallel sides as well, 7 and 14, which would give you 21. If you take that away from your overall length, that is going to give you length of 2. Have a go at questions 1 to 4. And then please look at this question. In this question, we know the perimeter of the top shape, which is 16. We could think that if we add another rectangle at the bottom, the perimeter would be 32. But if you think carefully, you would notice that actually if we go along the sides, we would have a perimeter of 26 and not 32, because we have got two widths that we do not include. In the last question, you simply have to think about the parallel sides again that you have got. So if your length on the right hand side is 12 and you know that these two parts make up 4, then you simply have to take that away from 12, and the answer is not going to be 10, but it's going to be 8. In that way, you do the same here. If you add 2 and 2 up, take that away from 15, your answer would have been 11 centimeters, and this is how you work it out. Please have a go at these questions. Always remember you have to think about parallel sides that make up for the missing length or the width, and feel free to go back to the PowerPoint, which is exactly the same as this video.